The future is here, and in this video we're going to show you how to start a clothing brand using AI. Now we're going to go from the ideation process, the design, and the execution into making physical products that you can sell on your store. Now let's begin with the tools that are needed to make this a reality. The very first one is going to be an AI chatbot. This is going to help you actually create the direction of what it is that you're envisioning. The second is going to be an AI design program. This is going to be where you enter that information, which is going to give you visual images. The third is going to be a graphic design program. This is where you actually get it ready for print production. And the fourth is going to be a printing service. Now this is the person that's actually going to make these crazy ideas that you come up with. So if you're watching this right now and you're wondering, seems like a lot, I don't know what you're talking about, don't worry guys, I'm going to be walking you through step by step so you fully understand what all this means and how it all comes together. Now the very first step in making this a reality is to come up with an idea. Now you can use a chatbot to actually help you come up with an original idea if you're not really sure what to do. Now for this idea I came up with something that we call alien streetwear. And what inspired this was because aliens actually landed here in Las Vegas. They landed in my backyard. People don't know about it, but if you do, make sure you leave a comment down there with your theory on what's happening with this crazy thing. Now this clothing brand is going to be for this historic moment, but by the end of this video, you'll also know how to use this process to start something from scratch or recreate and design anything that you see online or on the runway. So make sure you guys stick around as we show you the power of designing with artificial intelligence. ChatGPT is like Google on steroids, and it's an incredible tool to do some market research, analysis, but also come up with some ideas. So we're gonna head over to ChatGPT, free to use. You wanna begin by asking it what it is that you're doing, right? So the more information you give it, the better the answers is gonna supply you. So in this example, I just said, hey, my demographic is gonna be 18 to 35-year-old males. They like aliens, but they also like streetwear. They also have an interest in space, explorations, and NASA. Give me examples and ideas of brands in this niche. It's important to know which brands are in your niche so you could see, hey, is my designs gonna really resonate with the brands that are already in the market? Is it too far a new direction? Is it maybe gonna miss the mark? ChatGPT helps you really kind of fine tune that. Off of that, it gives me about 7 to 10 different brands here. And from these brands, I'm just gonna put them in the Google, just throw them up on the Google search. And then from that, it's gonna give me some design ideas. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna save the ones that we like. Any of the ones that kind of catch your attention, just screenshot them, put them into a Google Drive doc, into a Google Slides. This will help you start to create a mood board. So when you start to design it with a designer program that we're going to jump into in a few minutes, you kind of have a good direction that, hey, you're hitting the mark because you are designing a similar style to some of these more popular brands that are in that niche. So we're just going to save all these examples to our mood board. Now that we have some ideas of the competitors in the market, guys, it's important for us to start to kind of understand what the market is about. So what we're doing next is we're actually just kind of giving ChatGPT a prompt to help us expand on the idea and how we would market a clothing brand like this. And what I'm seeing is some of these keywords that I really like. So we're going to copy some of these answers that it gives us because it gives some really good keywords that we're going to be using in the designer. Sometimes if you're just getting started, you're not really sure what something is called. So ChatGPT will give you those verbs. Those keywords are going to be the things that are going to help the design program start to filter through all of your ideas. So in this example, I said, hey, I really like the futuristic graphics, cosmic patterns, intergalactic color palettes, and that was like the keywords I was really looking for. Now, unless I was really in that niche and really understood those verbiage and I had a background in intergalactic space travel, I wouldn't know intergalactic space travel. So you're gonna copy that information and then we're gonna move it to the design program. If you already have a brand and you already understand your market, then this is a great way for you to actually start dialing in on a little bit more sub-markets within that niche, or maybe even go a little bit more broad. ChatGPT can give you that information and that data to really help you accomplish this. Now, once you have the keywords from ChatGPT, it's time to take it into an AI designer. Now, the most popular one right now is Midjourney. And to be honest, Midjourney is great, but some of the downsides is that it's hosted on a Discord server. And the biggest one probably is the fact that it doesn't give you print production ready files. Even though you might get an image on Midjourney, you actually have to import it into another software, like a design program, in order to finalize it for print production. And this is really where a design program like Kittle is really changing the game. The reason for this is because they allow you to design with AI, and then you can actually use their design program to create vector graphics. This means that the graphics that you're gonna receive are gonna be ready for print production. So we're gonna start over there, and we're gonna take our keywords into Kittl, and we're gonna start designing this thing out. Once you head on over to Kittl.com using the links in the description right down below, what you're gonna see is this homepage. So once you create your membership, what's essentially gonna happen is you're gonna see a home screen. And what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna create a board here. Now, I wanna have somewhere around 2,500 to 2,500, minimum 150 DPI. This is gonna give you a huge artboard that is gonna make it where you could definitely print this in print production, all right? So it's more than enough graphics and pixels that you need in that. Okay, once you click on the AI tool there, what it's gonna show you is a couple of different image styles, pattern styles, vector styles. The reason for this is because depending on what you're creating, you'll know this is somewhat of what you're gonna get. And what we're gonna do in order to give it the prompt is, again, the thing that you're looking for, is we're actually just gonna copy from our document that we took from ChatGPT, and we're gonna take some of those keywords. Now, we're gonna insert those keywords and to describe what you see. You see this glowing one? It really wasn't my style. To be honest, guys, this is like, it looks kind of rudimentary. It's a good start. Now, if your brand was about this, incredible, go for it. For me, it's a test, so let's continue on. So as you can see, we're gonna zoom in a little bit. What I mean by the tiling aspect is that we want it to match perfectly with each square. Because I'm creating this huge board, I wanna make sure that if I wanna make blankets, or if we wanna make smaller detailed products, we have enough space where we don't necessarily have to always tile a small design. Because when you tile a small design, it can create an issue if you don't do this right out the gate. So that's the cool part about Kittl AI, is that it made it really easy for us to do that. So now that I verified that it is all tileable, I can size it up, size it down, whatever dimension I want it, I'm good to go. If you're watching this and wondering, can you recreate products that are trending? The answer to that is yes, guys. Kittl gives you the ability to quickly create and design products that are trending in the marketplace, that are trending on social media or on a fashion runway show. For example, while I was filming this video, Louis Vuitton actually dropped their new collection with Pharrell's head design. So what I did is I actually went to Google and I just looked around with some of the designs that it came up with. The most iconic one being the jacket that Pharrell was actually wearing during the show. From that though, there was a lot of other products like cases and some of these jackets here. All kind of had a similar camo digi meets Minecraft. So what I did is I actually went to Kittl and I inserted those keywords. I inserted exactly what I thought I was seeing. I was describing something, and this is what it came up with. It literally came up with a design that looked pretty close, but still original enough to be claimed as our own. So from this, we were actually able to just do a quick sublimation printing using a sublimated printer. We went and we actually pressed the product onto a fabric, and it created a bandana. Really simply, we made a bandana using Kittl AI to come up with something that looked like Louis Vuitton quality. So you should consider using AI to create original ideas, but you should also consider using it to come up with a variation of something that's already in the marketplace. So when it comes to designing patterns, you can see that AI does a lot of the heavy lifting. But Kittl also allows you to design logos and graphics using templates. Now this allows you to come up with ideas a lot faster and bring concepts to market in a professional way, especially if you're not a graphic designer. Now you can use artificial intelligence to come up with elements to your design, and then you can use Kittl's template library to customize fonts, placements, colors, and much more. The example you're seeing here is one of the logos that we're creating for this t-shirt. Now I actually generated the alien through AI, and now we're actually using the templates to bring it to life. Now what's pretty cool too is that you can actually mock it up on the product in real time, so you can see if you need to make any adjustments to the logo design itself as well as the graphic on the back. Now I feel like we're living in an incredible time with AI chatbots, designers, and programs like these. I really feel like it's going to revolutionize and bring new ideas to market a lot faster. So now that we know how to design, let's start working on the mock-ups and creating these products in real time. We're actually going to take it to a platform called Printful.com, which we linked in the description right down below. By signing up to the link below, you get your first sample 50% off. Now this is for a limited time, and you have to act within 24 hours of creating your account. So make sure you use our link down there so it tracks that discount. Once you establish your Printful account, head on over to our Shopify using the free trial link as well. create your account through Shopify, and now what you're gonna wanna do is head on over to the App Store, install the Printful app, log in using the account details you created earlier, and you're now set up to start designing and selling products on your store. Now we're gonna be diving into this in a moment, so make sure you stick around, and more importantly, take advantage of this discount that's running for a limited time. So we're gonna take the ideas that we just created and we're gonna put it into Printful. Now the way Printful works is it's gonna ask you for print production ready files. When you're designing a backpack or any duffel bags or products with multiple dimensions, it can be a little confusing, so I'm gonna walk you through that right now. When you're designing a bag, there's a couple of different pieces. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna place the art into the different panels. Now, you're gonna upload your art, and with uploading the art, you'll be able to select it on those panels. So we're gonna go over to the store. We already uploaded a couple of the different graphics that we had, the ideas and concepts that we had for it, into the dashboard. So now we're gonna actually load it up here. I'm gonna drop some more new designs in there. And now you can see this is actually telling you where the safe print area is for your design. Now this is important, guys, because if you design outside of this, it may get stitched, it may get lost in that folding. So make sure you put everything into the safe area, because this is accounting for all of the sewing and stuff that goes into the construction of a backpack. This is also important to note with other products like duffel bags. Now, Printful has a large selection of products that you can select and activate to your store. What's important is that you upload quality graphics and you place them in the right spots. So we're actually going to complete the Louis Vuitton inspired graphic here and put it on a duffel bag to show you guys how this comes out. Now, the beauty of Printful is that they manufacture your products and they ship it to your customer once the order is placed from your store. So they're drop shipping all the items that you're designing. So all you have to do is focus on the designing and marketing, and they take care of the rest. This allows you to expand into products such as mugs, posters, hats, jackets, and a bunch of other accessories at the push of a button. And the beauty about the mock-ups that are generated is that you can use these to survey to your community, and once they approve, you can place your sample order so you verify that you designed it correctly, and once you're happy with everything, you can publish it to your store to start selling on demand. And what's key about succeeding with print on demand is the fact that you need to be able to really merchandise your products to have different price points. If you have questions about how you can accomplish this or more details on that, we're actually going to link a video in the cards right up above where we dive into some of those details on how you can start your merch brand and your clothing company and start making profits with it. Because sometimes people think that print on demand isn't profitable, but it can be if you do it the right way. And in that video, we talk about it. So let's wrap up this design here and let's start ordering our samples. They are here. The products that we just designed on Printful arrived to the studio, and I wanted to show you guys some of the details of what you can expect when it comes to printing on them. Now, I ordered a backpack and a duffel bag, and just as a disclaimer, I'm a big accessories type of guy. Our first business that I ever launched was really specialized around bags and printing with like sublimation and other fabrics like these. So I'm gonna be very harsh on these critiques, but there are some good things in here that I want you guys to take away and what you can expect. Now, the very first product that we designed up on here was this backpack. Now, this backpack was a great addition to the collection. As you can see, I think one of the really cool parts about this collection in general was the way that we can actually change multiple panels and prints on a product on demand. Guys, this is such a big deal to actually accomplish, because when it comes to manufacturing products like these, it's a lot of labor and it's very intense to do a cut and sew product. So the fact that they allow you to design it completely, like we went kind of subtle with this bag design. It was more of just an AI print on the front. And if you guys can see the details here, this is actually sublimation printing. So the way sublimation printing works is that it embeds the ink into the fabric. So it's embedded into the fabric and then it's actually sewn afterwards. So the details to this bag, I would give it a pretty good rating on it. Now, some of the downsides to it were definitely the size of this. I wasn't a big fan of how small it is. Thought it'd be more of an adult type of bag, but this is perfect for promotional and like more of swag items. Not 100% sold on this, but the quality of the actual fabric and the durability looks on point. Now, some of the stitching details can definitely be improved, and again, this is coming from my background of manufacturing backpacks in particular. A lot of details can be improved manufacturing-wise, but for you to be able to get this on demand, incredible. And that's what really makes Printful stand out amongst all the different print-on-demand platforms. Because if we move over to this hoodie, for example, now this hoodie, you could do it all within the same platform. So I did a backpack, duffel bag, hoodie. You could do t-shirts, you could do accessory items like cups and mugs and all kinds of stuff, all through one platform. So it really reduces your overall shipping costs. You can bundle things a lot easier. You can give customers a lot better value for what you're designing when you're doing print on demand with Printful. This hoodie itself, you can see was all DTG, and we actually used the design that we downloaded from Kittle. Now, I think it could have been a little bit brighter. Personally, I think it could have been a little bit brighter in the DTG, but it gives it more of a vintage look, and I think the actual fabric from this hoodie really shines through, so when you feel it, it actually feels like it almost feels more like a screen print than it does a direct-to-garment print. So as you can see, DTG gives you the ability to have a little bit more gradients, but you still have to keep artwork in mind, guys. You want to have solid artwork, high resolution for the best product results. That leads us into the duffel bag that we made with Printful. Guys, this duffel bag, by far, one of my favorite pieces that Printful manufactures, hands down. I give them about a 10 out of 10, and this is my honest review. These duffel bags are, for sure, some of the best quality I've seen when it comes to print on demand. And I think they've done an incredible job at nailing whatever process they have to creating and manufacturing these style of bags. I mean, from the stitching details in the handles to the way that the pockets, so you can print on the inside too. Guys, this is revolutionary in my opinion when it comes to duffel bags. And it should definitely be a piece that you should consider adding to your collection. Now, these duffel bags obviously are a little bit more on the higher price range. So this is a great piece for you to really put some originality and creativity. Now we went with the Louis Vuitton inspired AI design here. We branded it with Street Crafter on the front. The inside has one of our signature prints. And this bag is very versatile with outside pockets, inside pockets, lining. It's incredible. This duffel bag, they knocked out of the park, and a lot of the other products that they do on demand, they do as well. So make sure you guys consider them as you're designing with AI. Remember to keep your art original, and always make sure that you put the highest resolution graphics into those templates to get the best results. AI truly is changing the game, guys, because we literally just conceptualized, designed, brought together a marketing plan, as well as brought together designs for a collection in less than 7 days. All of this was done super easily and quickly, and I think AI is really gonna make entrepreneurship and starting a clothing brand accessible to the masses. Now, what does this mean in terms of originality, art, and are we gonna dilute the entire industry with just a lot of these artificial intelligence designs? I think that if the music industry is anything like the apparel industry is, the chances of that happening are extremely high. Right now, artists and rappers out there all start to sound the same. There's really no originality and creativity there, but the ones that are original are the ones that stand out. So I think the future really relies on if you are able to truly tap into a market. Are you able to tap into that market and really feed them the things that they want, the things that they're desiring that aren't really just made with AI straight out of the box? I think that's what's going to separate the brands in the next 10 years. And I'm willing to bet that in 10 years, there's going to be a flood of all these different AI generated brands. And if you're one of them, make sure you give me a huge shout out when you make it big. Because I think there's going to be a lot of them in the market in 10 years, guys. I think we're all going to be seeing this flood the entire market. And what's going to happen is you're going to be living in a virtual world, trying on virtual products that were generated with artificial intelligence and designs like this. Now, what does that mean for you as an entrepreneur? It means that you should be focused in on a niche community, because people are going to be spending times with those niche communities in this virtual world, and they're going to be recommended products within that. So if you really are dialed into a niche community, you can have an opportunity to really sell and market to somebody and actually make money doing this, versus staying away from it and not wanting to touch it because you feel like it may dilute your brand. I think that it's good for you to consider using AI, implementing it into some designs, giving it a fresh perspective, but more importantly, making sure that it's yours and it's your own original creativity. Because right now there's also the legality aspect of it. Does the designer own the art? Does you as an entrepreneur own the art? Only time will tell how that's going to play out, but what's important to note is that whenever you do design something using artificial intelligence, that you put your own spin and you make it your own, because then you're in a better chance of being in the clear and not running into any potential legalities or issues with any other brands or artists. So if this seems like a lot of information thrown at you in one video, guys, and now you're wondering, what do I do next? What can I really do to get started? Well, we actually created a free resource and game plan that we call the Apparel Game Plan that we're gonna link right here. It's free to download, free for you to use and take full advantage of. And if you're looking to start up a clothing brand and actually navigate some of the legalities, trademarking, setting up your website, and all these little nitty-gritty details, We actually have a video where we show you how to do that with less than $100. You can check that out right there, and I'll see you guys in that one.